Hello guys, happy Sunday to everyone. It's your boy Toxic. So today we are going to be looking at our market forecasting. Tomorrow it's a break, so we need to see on what the market will look like. So let's dive into it once. So if you are not subscribed, please can you just kindly help me like, share, subscribe, drop a comment so I can also be encouraged to be giving you guys tips on our weekly focusing. So okay, without wasting much of your time, guys, so let's dive into our market focusing straight away. So let me start by taking out all of these things so we can actually go into it at once. Okay, take out these things. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we were gonna start with our DXY. As a trader, if you wanna trade the forex market, it depends the sections and it depends the pair you're trading. So for me, I trade just the London and the New York section. So trading the London and New York section, you have to analyze the dollar index to actually see what the dollar is telling us. As we all know, when dollar buys, the other currency sells. So if dollar is buying, normally we have to be expecting things like the euro, the GBP USD. We need to expect things like the euro, the GBP USD to sell. So what are we anticipating right now? So what we are supposed to be anticipating right now in the dollar index is to actually see the direction of which dollar is giving us. So without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into our analysis. So as you can actually see, notice dollar has been in a continuous downtrend. So I will go to the 1 week because it's the beginning of a week. Yeah, as you can see. So actually being in a downtrend. And if you notice from this downtrend, we had the break of structure at this level here. So where is the next draw on liquidity? Firstly, we have to identify where our range high and our range low is sleeping in the market. So if you look technically, you see this is our range high. We have this range high here that the market haven't broken it to give us a new high, and we have this range low here. This is the last low in the higher time frame. Okay, this is the last low that is here. So if you look, anything between this range high and this range low, anything in between now is what we call internal range liquidity. That's the market filling all the liquidity that was left behind. Because when you see this move was a swing move, and you cannot see actually the liquidity that has been collected in the move. So the market is actually coming all the way down to collect liquidity. So without wasting much time, you'll notice we had the break of structure here at this level here, and you see when the market came all the way up here after giving us this break of structure. After we had this break of structure here, indicating the trend has changed, we are now downtrend. See, at this level had the change in the state of delivery, telling us the market needs to continue pulling down. Then we had around here, we had our order block. So without wasting much of our time, if you put our order block, if you plot our order block and bring the other way, you see after the market consolidated, the market slightly tapped into our order block, and you can see price pushing down to the downside. So where is price actually going through to? That's where you're supposed to be asking the question, where is price going to? So price has given us this break of structure here. We had this break of structure. So now after we had the break of structure, now where is price going to? You can now ask yourself, where is price going to? Price is actually coming now to this next draw on liquidity. because this is the last draw on liquidity that the market has. So we are expecting price to come all the way down to this next draw on liquidity before we can start expecting buys opportunity in our dollar index. So now when you see how the market going down in our 1 week time frame, now we want to see based on the move the market has been giving us. So actually when you look at this area, you will discover price actually came back all the way up here. It was a demand, okay, I can say supply zone, an unmitigated supply zone, because we had another block up there with a fair value gap. You see, this level was our fair value gap. As you can see, this is our fair value gap here, and then this here, it's, we can say this here was kind of our order block because this was the last candle before the input. So this was our order block. So when you look technically, price came up to that level, took out the order block, sweep liquidity, and you see the next candlestick dash form with a very bullish momentum to the downside. So I will remove all of this. That's just for you to understand where price is going. And you see price is giving us more lower lows, more break of structure to the downside. So looking at this break of structure, what do you expect price to do? Now we expect price to go more to the downside, because if you look technically, we are being bearish. You see, price came here, took out the liquidity here. Price came here, took out the liquidity at this level, and now we are going bearish. Look at how the candlestick of last week closed. It closed in a bearish momentum. So after tapping in that zone, price came down, took out liquidity. Okay. So as you can see, for the CROT traders, people who trade CROT to actually understand. So this was our previous week high. As you can see, this was our previous week high, and this was our previous week low that we have plotted. And what do you see price doing last week? Last week price came down, took out this low, and now price is heading to take out the high before actually giving us the continuation of down movement. So let's go down weekly time frame to see what price was doing at that level. So okay, here now you can see this is our 1 week time frame, sorry, our daily time frame. So this is our daily time frame. We're gonna work based on this area. So I will take out these two lines on our weekly high and weekly low, and what will you observe? You will observe at this area with me that price has broken structure. So now price has changed from this short uptrend, because you know this uptrend was kind of a pullback. This was a pullback. All of this move here was a pullback move. So now after taking out the liquidities in that pullback move, what can you observe price doing? Price now has changed structure. And now what can you observe? Price haven't changed structure only, but if you look, price has given us an order block, the fair value gap again. You see, this is our fair value gap here, and this is our order block. You see, the last candle before the impulse. So here we got our order block, and there we got our fair value gap. So what is price actually telling us? Price is actually telling us that when the market opens, we need to see our order block actually filled before we start looking for more downtrends, for more sell opportunity. Or rather still, price needs to take out our fair value gap. So it's not a must. Price must not hit your order block. So that's why we call it the top down analysis, because moving to the down, as you're going to the smaller time frame, you actually start seeing what price reaction is telling you. So look technically at this area here. This was our order block, right? But what can you observe? Price haven't reached there. So that means that order block price respected but the fair value gap. So let's continue. I always like keeping my chart clean. Like keeping my chart clean, so when I explain, you get what I'm trying to say. So okay, now in this smaller time frame, what can you observe? We had this area now. This area now is now a valid order block. This is our valid order block. You see, in the higher time frame, you cannot spot out the other block, but coming down to the smaller time frame, you can actually see a clear order block with a clear fair value gap. Let me show you a clear order block and a clear fair value gap. So when doing the top down analysis, you discover you have a lot of advantages because you spot out all the moves the market is doing. So this is our order block. Here we have this one as our order block. OB. That's our order block, and this now is our fair value gap, and that's our fair value gap. But I will still bear with you that despite the aspect price going down, we are just trading according to the trend. The trend is your friend. You don't want to trade against the trend, make the trend your friend. But you will still bear with me that we still have a fair value gap up here. We still have this fair value gap up here. But why is this fair value gap not actually valid? It's not valid because this price action here took out this fair value gap, making this fair value gap an invalid fair value gap because that price action took it out. So now, without wasting much of our time, you can see we had our order block being filled, our fair value gap being filled. We have, if you look very well, you can see a engulfing bearish candlestick that has engulfed already. So going now, maybe our 1 hour time frame. Yeah, going now to our 1 hour time frame. You just bear with me. You don't need to complicate things. Very easy, very simple. Not much of complications in the chart. Keep your chart always clean. Let's not complicate our chart. So you bear with me. Let me minimize this a little bit. This is where we will be waiting for price to come back all the way up here. Yeah. So you'll be expecting price to fill out that area, and you can now look at what price we. So this level here for me, it will react as a key level for price to tap in and give us the down move we are expecting. So that's what I will be looking at in the DXY because we are in a downtrend, and you want to make the trend your friend, but you need to always watch out at your key levels because your key levels are the key. Watch out what price will do at the key levels. Stick to your key levels and look at price at your key levels. If you see, this is our 15-minute time frame. You clearly see a change in the state of delivery here. Price has changed in the state of delivery, so we are expecting price to pull back and give us a sharp down move. So that's for our DXY, and now let's go to our Euro USD. Let's go to our Euro USD. So coming down to our Euro USD, we have our daily time frame. So in this daily time frame, what will you actually observe? In your daily time frame, you will notice we are in an uptrend. Okay, let's go to maybe the weekly time frame. It's the beginning of a new week. Let's see what price is going to tell us in this beginning of a new week. So in the beginning of a new week, you start by understanding that price has been going to an upward direction. That means we are going uptrend. That means we are going uptrend. So the trend is your friend. You don't want to trade against the trend. You want to trade according to the trend. So okay, let's just be simple about this. So we had that major break of structure at that level. See, after price came to this demand, you can see price filled in this demand and pulled back to the upside. So here you will see break of structures. Price is giving us higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So this is it. Now, where am I expecting price to? I was expecting price to come to this zone because this was the candlestick that caused the break of structure, like a demand. So this is like a demand zone. As you can see, an order block pulled to the upside. So what do you see? Price tapped in and this week closed bullish. Look at it, very clean. You see, engulfing this candlestick, engulfing it. So what are we expecting from price? We're expecting price more to the upside. We're expecting more buys. Okay. We're expecting more buys. You can see that's very simple. Very, very simple. We are expecting more buys in the market. We're expecting price to go more to the upside. So this is our daily time frame. This is our daily time frame. You can see here we have our change in the state of delivery at this level, at our change in the state of delivery. See, we have our change in the state of delivery, and you can actually see at this area here we had the fair value gap. At this area here we had a slight fair value gap that price has tapped in. Yeah, you can see price tapped in our fair value gap, and now we go straight to our hours time frame. Okay, so this is our 4 hours time frame, and this in our 4 hours time frame you observe price was reacting in our order block. So one thing I want you guys to understand is doing a top-down analysis is very good because it makes you know where price is coming from and where price is going to. You get the point. You see, in the higher time frame, that area was a fair value gap, but in the smaller time frame, you discover it was an order block, and you see we have break of structures. You start these are our major break of structures to the upside, higher highs. You see, we had this higher high here, had this higher high here, break of structure here. So when you look technically, you see this order block wasn't respected. So price has come in, taken out all the liquidity that is there. And where is your next draw on liquidity? Your next draw on liquidity, it's here. This is your next draw on liquidity. So when the market opens, you will be expecting to take this move from here, targeting this area. You see, very swing move. And that's just how your trade needs to look like. But then let's go to our smaller time frame. That's our weekly focus. So I'll be expecting for maybe my 1 hour time frame. You can see after price tapped in, push to the upside. So I'm expecting price to come back here. I'll be expecting price to come back to this zone. So this area now will be my key level where I am expecting price to come back before I will actually be looking for maybe a buy or a sell move. Reason being, this was where our change in the state of delivery occurred. Yeah. So guys, this is how our EU is gonna look like. We're expecting price to come back. As you can see, we're expecting price to come back, tap in the zone, targeting the next drawn liquidity that's up there. So that's just how I'm expecting the market to look like on Monday or Tuesday, probably depending on how the fundamentals will look like. So same thing goes to our GU. So this is GU come to our weekly time frame. So this is our weekly time frame. Okay, you can see our higher highs, higher lows. We are in an uptrend. When you come here, you see this is our order block. Good. This is our order block. And price just slightly took out that order block. Slightly. So what are we expecting? You can see the next candlestick actually trying to go bullish. You see, it came out, took out this fair value gap. So let me remove this so we can talk on something technical in this point. You see, after price came here, tapped in our key level. This is a fair value gap here that price has taken out already. Taken out that fair value gap, came back to the downside, and if you notice, it closed in a bullish. It closed bullish. So daily time frame. Okay, so this is our daily time frame now. So in this daily time frame, you will discover that actually when price tapped in this our key level, price gave us a change in the state of delivery here. So now after price giving us that change in the state of delivery, price came back all the way to its demand, to its initial demand zone here. Price came back to its demand, as you can see. Yeah, price came back to its demand. So when you go now to your 4 hours time frame, okay, this is our 4 hours time frame. What can you observe? So price gave us the change, came back to take out this demand zone. So I'll refine the demand, should do a more refinement. Okay, so that's our order block, fair value gap. And you always remember, a valid order block must have a fair value gap. If your order block doesn't have a fair value gap, that means that order block is not valid. It's not a valid order block. So if you can see, price came out, take out the order block, and what can you see now? Price is trying to go bullish. So what I'm expecting, if I come to my maybe my 1 hour time frame, this is my 1 hour time frame here. This is my next draw on liquidity. As you can see up here, all the way here, this is where my next draw on liquidity is. So what do I be looking for? On Monday, I'll be looking for price to take out this high. I'm looking for price to take out this high. Then I can start looking for entries, targeting this high up here, my next draw on liquidity. So guys, that's our market focusing on GU, EU, and DXY. Let's look at gold. Let's also look at gold. Let's see what gold looks like next week. Yeah, let's look at gold, because I trade just GU, EU, and gold. So let's just look at what gold will look like. So this is our gold. Gold. It's the weekly time frame on gold. As you can see, gold is actually interacting in a very technical area, because gold has been consolidating for some while now. After taking out this order block, gold has been consolidating. You can see a lot of noise in the market. Gold has just been consolidating constantly. So what do I be expecting? So I'm expecting, being in this level was this level here is a high of this market. It's also like an order block. It's like a supply zone. Let me put it that way, because when you look here, we had the break of structure down here. We had the change in the state of delivery down here. Gold break structure all the way at this down area here. So I'm actually looking at it like kind of a change on the state of delivery too. So let's go to the daily frame, because it's not actually that good. Okay, so this is what we're doing technically. So at this level, you have this change in the state of delivery here. Okay, so for me, gold came back all the way, according to me, because gold is really crazy these days. I don't know how people even trade gold, because I don't even trade gold all this while. So for me, actually looking at gold at this level, gold has broken this high. So I am expecting, for me, basically I'm just expecting gold to come back to the downside for this liquidity. And why am I expecting gold to come back for this liquidity here is because I can see an engulfing like this area here. If you look technically, this area here, it's a bullish engulfing pattern that gold has broken, changed from highs to lows, because it's an engulfing, and gold is coming down to the downside. And if technically I see gold, I will not trade gold, but if technically I see gold breaking this low, if I see gold breaking this low, because if you look, this low also is almost similar to like something like a pullback coming back to demand, because here, look, this change in the state of delivery also here, guys. We have this change in the state of delivery, and we had this fair value gap. So had this change in state of delivery, we had this fair value gap. So this also is like an order block. This here is also like an order block that gold is reacting in right now. So you see, gold now is in a technical position that for you to trade now, you need to always be looking at both side bias. Yeah, you look, yeah, you will see clearly. So this area, I will bring it down now. This area, the whole of this candlestick is like an order block. This area, all of it is an order block. So gold is reacting in that level right now. So for me, actually, if I want to see a buy in gold, if I want to buy all the way up there, I need to be expecting gold to, I want to take a buy to that range high up there. I need to see gold give me a change in the state of delivery, giving, changing, breaking this high. If I'm to take any buy from gold, I need to see, actually see gold giving me a change from lower lows to higher highs. So I need to actually see gold breaking this high, come back, and yeah, we can take a buy all the way up there. But if I don't see this, then I'm trading gold. If I don't see this move, then I'm not trading. So guys, that's our market focusing on gold, GU, EU, GXY. So we just need to look at gold, watch at how gold will react there, because this is a two-side bias. If gold doesn't respect, then we'll probably be expecting gold to, come back to this liquidity down here. So just keep your eyes closed on gold and see the direction goals go to. Let's always respect our key level. So this is the end of our class, guys. So it's your boy Toxic. Do me well to like, share, subscribe, so I can be bringing up more market focusing for you guys. Peace out.